This is Darrell Lewis, retired Navy Senior Chief, retired in '97 from Semin, Norfolk. Made 6 med cruises. My first med cruise is what I want to talk about today. It was on the Uss Dupont Dd-941, a destroyer out of Norfolk. Dupont's last cruise is the cruise I'm about to talk about. It was his final voyage, if you will, because when we got back, we were going to decom it. She'd lived her lifetime, and she was ready for mothballs. And we found that out on the way back when we had a hurricane. It was a beautiful cruise, had lots of fun, did lots of exciting things. Went into the Black Sea and was followed around by AIGs and Russian destroyers and kind of Cold War era stuff. You know, it was kind of odd, but exciting and fun, and had a lot of adventure otherwise too. But that hurricane started breaking us up. We didn't know if we were going to get back. There was like shoring in 8 different places. Ships, defense HTs and repairmen was putting shoring up everywhere. And you'd have to step over creaking lumber to get to the mess decks to get your food. And that was an adventure of its own. But at that time, I was a mess cook. Every new guy on a ship has to do like 6 weeks or whatever it is of mess cooking. And I drew the straw to work with the Jack of the Dust. He's the guy that breaks out the dry stores, the frozen food, the vegetables, the canned goods, whatever for the day, for the meal, for the cooks to all prepare. And once he's done with that, he's done for the day. So by like say 8 o'clock every day, I was done for 6 weeks, and it was like a liberty call, or bunk time, whatever. It was good. But when we hit that storm, we still had to de-snail, if you will, and get rid of all the milk and the fresh fruits and vegetables that we'd bought overseas, because you can't bring that stuff into the United States because customs and the health commissions or whoever they are. So we had to throw it off, but it was just me and him, and there was like 50 trips apiece up and down the steps to the freezers and whatever else. And meanwhile, there's a hurricane, and the ship's going up and down like water coming over the bow, and when you hit that water, the ship shudders and just shakes because it's trying to go down underwater, but the flotation of the ship doesn't want to let it, so it comes back up with the next big wave, and ba-boom! You could be down in below decks, and when that ship peaks out, you can jump, and you will slam into the ceiling that's coming down at you, and you better hold on because you got to time it just right to get yourself back down to the deck without breaking your legs. But it's a lot of fun to watch, and I never really seen anybody hurt at it. But that milk and them veggies and stuff, we had to throw them out, so we found us a hatch up on the port side forward, and what you do is throw that hatch open and just kind of throw your load out there and hope to time it good enough that there wasn't a big wave that'd sweep you away when you went out there, which is common during heavy seas at sea. I swear to you, there was a time in all those 50 trips or so that I opened that door and threw a load out. One time I opened that door and the water of the ocean was right there. All I had to do was set that load out to probably a box of milk, liquid milk, and boom, it was gone. And I was back inside because I knew there was something coming. There was other times that I'd open that hatch and I'd take my load out there and throw it, and it'd go out over the side into space in the air. And I'd look down, I'd take a second, and I'd look down, and that thing was falling 70, 80 feet down until it hit the water. It was awesome. And I was loving every minute of it. Wasn't smart enough to be scared. I was still in my early 20s and, 10 foot tall and bulletproof. And that cruise led up to 5 more of the adventuresome cruises. Every one of them cruises was good. Yeah. So that's just another part of my Navy career and who I am, and I'm feeling better because of these videos. So I'm going to post some more, and if you don't like them, shit, blow by them. If you like them, say hi. Hey, I'm more than glad to share anything I got with you, old Navy Chiefs especially, because we all in the same fraternity, and they're all a band of brothers. And I love every one of yous. God bless, Godspeed, and fair winds and following seas. All boats out.